What's up, guys? This is Kairos. I'm going to make a bunch of videos about how to do stop motion. I want to share my knowledge with everyone, so just in case there's someone out there who has a lot of passion and wants to do stop motion, at least they'll know how to do it some way. So I'm just going to show the way I know how to do it, and in depth. So I'm going to go over on this video over how to do it with a rig, because to stabilize your puppet for animation you need a rig. So I'm going to show in this video the rigs I use for stop motion. So let's get started. Alright, so mainly this one you see here, this is my main rig, and this rig has a joint here, as you can see, and two joints here and one joint here, and this is where the puppet connects with this screw. Now this is just a regular screw. Let me bring down the rig. This is a clamp that's holding a rig. As you can see, I'll tell you where to buy this and a rig, everything. I'll tell you everything. So this is a clamp you can buy in any photo video store. They're called manfrotto clamps, and it costs $25. So you need one of these. Let me bring down the camera so you guys can see clearly the joint here. Okay, I mean the rig. Now this rig, if you want to get a rig like this, you have to go to a special store to get it, because these things, like, they don't make them that much. They're really rare. So these are like the old stop motion rigs they used for stop motion back in the 70s. So these things are hard to come by. So if you want to get a rig like this, you got to go to a machinist, and a machinist will either build it for you and, you know, charge you a lot of money, or you can go to a store where they sell stop motion rigs for stop motion artists, and you can, you know, you can get it there. I'm gonna give you a website where you can get one the same like this, and you know, you can check it out if you want that, you know. So I'm just gonna show you how this works. You need one of these wrenches, right? And like I said, you attach the puppet here. So look, it has, let me go over the stuff first. It has this joint here, and this joint here, and here, and another one right here. Now sometimes you want the joints to be a little bit more loose, so that's why you use these wrenches, so you can loosen the joint. Like, let's say right here you want to loosen this joint, so you got to find the right size. Let me see if I can find the right size. There. Alright, so that's the appropriate size. So you just, you know, you turn it until it loosens up. See, now it's like wobbling, and then you could make it tight again, as tight as you want, depending on the weight of the puppet that you're using. So that's basically it. It's made out of aluminum and parts of steel. Someone made this for me, and they did me a favor, so I didn't have to pay a lot of money for it. But this is a great rig. So if you want something like this, I'll definitely give you a link to a website where you know, you can buy it, but it's really expensive, because the website that sells the rig that looks just like this, but it's not the same as this. It's like a chrome rig. It looks really fancy. Those are really expensive. So they cost around $250 So I'll give you a link so you can check it out and ask people in that website questions if you wanna, you know, find out about this stuff. Okay. They also sell this special plug in the same website I'm telling you about that connects. Do you see this plug? It's a very special plug that connects to the clamp, because the clamp doesn't come with this plug. It's a special plug that they only sell in that website, and that's the only place you can get them. It's a website. They're located in Europe. So it's called Stop Motech. So they're a great company for stop motion. So alright, so alright, so you connect the puppet here through this thing here, this device. It's this regular screw, as you can see, and you could put any different type of screw in here, thinner ones, longer ones, as long as you connect the puppet to this rig for stabilizing it, you know. So when you're doing a stop motion, your puppet won't fall or move out of place, you know, because that's one of the main things that people have problems with, is like animating the figure, because it moves out of place and you lose the whole rhythm of it and you mess up the shot. So this rig is to stabilize the puppet. So this connects the puppet. So basically what you have to do is do a connection. You have to drill a hole into the puppet right here if you want him to do like a running cycle, right? Or let's say in case of Spider-Man's, you want him to do flips, right? Now anytime you want to do flips, acrobatic stuff, you have to drill a hole in the side so he can do flips. So that's basically what you do, you know, you drill a hole on the side and in the back. And if you're just doing a shot where it's just a waist up like this or like that, you don't need to you know, use the rig for that. All you do is put clamps and stand up your puppet and just shoot them from the waist up, and basically you can do your shot that way too. So that's basically it. In order to get a really good fluid shot, you need to stabilize your puppet. So that's why you have to drill a hole, so it will have a secure connection, tight, that connects the puppet to the rig. So that's the purpose of this rig, and that's the whole purpose of this rig. It's for stabilizing the you know, the puppet. So now there's people, you know, before I bought this rig, some people showed me how to build my own rig, which was really inexpensive, which is this one. Now this one does the same thing this rig does, but this rig I built it myself out of this tape. You just buy, like, you know, this type of tape at the hardware store. You buy some putty, you know, 10-minute drying putty, and you buy some aluminum wire, really thick one, like this. And this rig costs about 50 bucks to build, and it'll do the same thing this rig does. So in case you don't want to go the expensive route, you can build yourself an inexpensive rig, and this rig will do just about the same thing this rig will do. You know, it will hold just about any kind of figure, as long as it doesn't weigh, like, you know, weigh a lot, like, you know, 5 pounds or 8 pounds, you know. So this rig is awesome. I built it myself. So I just twisted oh, where is the aluminum? I bought this aluminum in Best Buy, and Best Buy sells these long aluminum rods for $6, so it's not expensive, and then you can just cut it to whatever liking you have and build as many joints in the arm as you want. And basically that's it. And then this part right here is what I want to tell you about. This part is really important, because this is what you want to connect the puppet to the arm and to the puppet. So this little connector I'm going to give you a link to in case you want to get this little connector. You see those little screws there? They're called grubs. They tighten this part to this connector, and this one to this, see? So that way you have a connector and you have stabilization again. And like I said, you connect this to your puppet. So, you know, you buy a lot of different kind of screws like this, thick ones, long ones, and you find what works for you in case you're animating like Marvel Legends, Hot Toys, you know, Play Arts. You know, it all depends on what you want to use it for. If you want to use just Marvel Legends, which are like little 6-inch figures, before I told you guys that you can buy the helping hands which are okay. They can handle a Marvel Legends figure because they're not that strong. They can't hold anything heavier than that. And you can get these at Amazon for $7. So you can just buy 2 of these, and you know, and just like rebuild the little helping hands to a rig that you need. And just put something heavy attached to it, like magnets. That's what I use, and you're good to go. And then if you want to connect your Marvel Legends, you just use this little connector, which I'll give you a link to, and you can connect it to the helping hands, or you can connect it to this, you know, or you know, you can even use it on this guy. So it all depends on what you're using it for and stuff like that. Alright, so then you need one of these wrenches for your arm. So like I said, this arm, I haven't used it, but it works because some people on the animation website told me to build it. So I need to, you saw how this clamp connects my arm to something. Well, I need to connect this arm to something so it can hold it and hold the puppet while I animate it, right? So I haven't done that yet, but that's why the putty's for. The putty is to connect a screw. I'm gonna get a screw, and I'm gonna buy a 10-pound weight. You know, like those old iron 10-pound weights or 5-pound weights. You just get one, you know, and they cost about $10 or $5. So let's pretend this is the 10-pound weight. You can put the 10-pound weight on the ground like this, and with a screw. Now you see this screw right here and that nut. You can get that anywhere in any hardware store. This is an M8 screw, and that's an M8 nut. You just get one of each, right? One of these, because this is compatible with the stopmotion plug that I showed you before. So it's best for you to get an M8 screw. This is a regular screw, like any screw in a nut, for your arm, because then it'll be compatible with the Manfrotto clamp and plug from stopmotion, this plug. So once you have the screw, the M8 screw and the nut, you can use the putty that I showed you. Where is that putty? You can buy any kind of putty, like 10-minute putty at the hardware store, right? Mix it, attach the nut. We're pretending this is the 10-pound weight. Attach the nut to the weight, and then attach the screw, the M8 screw, with the putty to this arm. Once it dries, you can attach the nut, the screw, to the nut and drill it in like that, and you'll have a stable rig because the arm will be connected to the 10-pound weight with the M8 screw and M8 nut. So really important if you want to build yourself an inexpensive rig. So yeah, this is I guess this is everything, I think. So I'm gonna put links to get all these parts, and this is just the first part of how to do stop motion, and it's one of the most important parts, which is the rig for connecting your figure. So let me try to connect Spidey right now in front of you guys, and you just screw him in, I think. Yeah, there, see, I just screwed him in. And now I connect the stopmotion plug to the clamp and tighten it, and then put the plug, and then put the clamp on something, anything that you want to attach it to. And there you have Spidey. You know, in mid-air. So that's the whole purpose of the rig, to stabilize your puppet for animation. Now I'll cover the other stuff like the other rig I build for holding the puppet. I mean holding this rig, which is pipes and 2 boards of wood. I'll cover that in the other video. It's a simple build, and that is a rig to hold the other rig, which I just showed you, or the rig, the $50 rig that you can build. You know, you can attach it to this and it'll work out. So either way, you know, you can use both rigs, which is cool. And then I'm gonna show you the green screen, and I'm gonna show you how to build this other rig out of pipes. I got everything from Home Depot, the rig I'm talking about, the second rig, and that costs, you know, very inexpensive. So I'm gonna show you how to build that in the other video, and then I'm gonna show you the software that I use, and then I'm going to show you a free software that you can download for stop motion, and the camera also, and also the green screen, how you use green screen with all this to mix it in and make it look like Spider-Man is running, you know, and flying and doing flips and stuff. So alright guys, you have any questions, just ask me. This is part 1. And hopefully I filled out everything. Sorry if I took too long, but it is a lot to cover. So yeah. Alright guys, so see you in part 2.